What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. Got some fixed blades in to check out. Thought we would take a look at them at the same time, though. Let's jump into it. All right, as you can see on the table, we got quite a selection here. We got everything from what I would consider pocket fixed blades to neck knife / pocket fixed blades to a full-size camp knife, batoning knife. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the Kaiser Beaver here first, because this one here, I didn't pull out the sheath. It is a Kydex sheath with the Tek-Lok that you have seen on several other Kaisers here as of late. This one is a 3-finger knife with a nice pull hole to pull it out of the Kydex sheath. Nice chunky knife too. Looks like it has like G10 with micarta on top. I'm not quite sure if that is the case. I didn't take them apart, but it does kind of look that way. You got a nice thick D2 steel blade, very thick and chunky. They did get this down to a nice slicey blade with the grind getting down nice and flat. Not too thin, but I would say for the size of this blade stock, they got it down to a nice place. This to me is going to be a nice little utility knife that you can throw in the pocket with that Kydex sheath, or you can throw it on your belt if you'd like to carry it that way. I don't know that I would use this as a boot knife. It's a little thick for that in my opinion, but just something to keep in the pocket, especially if you're on a hike in the woods or something like that and you just want to chop at some wood. Maybe you got to cut open a snack or something like that, or in a pinch you just need something to cut with. I think this would work very, very well for you. The micarta is done well. Blade's edge is really nice, as I mentioned, and I'm able to get a nice full 3-finger grip on here. I do hang off the back. You could put a lanyard on this if you really, really wanted to. It's going to flop around a lot in my opinion, unless you tie it tight and make it kind of stubby. But for this, to me, like I said, going to be something a little bit smaller that you use. I'm going to set this to the side since it's not in a sheath, and we're going to jump into the next one. So next up on the table, we have the Lothar Porcupine. This one is very interesting. It does give me tactical vibes. I don't remember which side the sharp end is on. I think I keep trying to remember to put the sharp end down towards the pocket clip. It does come with the neck knife lanyard, and it does come with not the pocket clip, sorry, but it is a clip that I think goes onto like a belt or something like that. I don't see how this would work in the pocket because it would need to face this way. You probably could change the angle of that. I wonder, now that I'm looking at it, if you could disconnect it and have it go that way. And then it would go into the pocket like so. So actually that may work. I didn't try it. Just looking at it, looks like it could work. You do have a nice spear point blade shape on here with G10 scales. You do have, again, the pull ring to take it out of the pocket, and it does allow for you to use that to get a full 4-finger grip. For me, I can't really use the jimping here behind. I think that's more for your finger to grip onto as you're going into your regular purchase, but you do have some jimping here, so you can do some EDC task with this. But where I really feel like this excels is when you're doing your poking tasks. So when you're trying to use this more self-defense like is what it kind of gives me that vibe. You do have that jumps there, and it is really thin and slicey, especially out on that tip. So I feel like this is going to really work for you in that regard. But you can, in a pinch, going to be able to use this like a box cutter razor blade, and it will cut open your packages and it will work for you. It is a very interesting alternative to what you typically are going to see that I have on the channel as far as a pocket fixie. So that is the Lothar, and I'm going to try to remember that I put the blade edge facing with the pocket clip down. Very cool little piece. Next up is going to be one that I think really is a pocket EDC. This one's interesting. It's got a really thick leather sheath. I really like this. It covers up the full blade here, and I just wanted to show this one off because I honestly think this is the best looking option in as far as storing the blade when you want to put it away that I have seen this week. Now, I think I've seen where Giant Mouse in the past has had like a magnetic flap, so you could throw it in the pocket. This one here would be kind of a pocket dropper, or you could just put it on the belt. This one here is definitely going to be more of a 3-finger knife. You could potentially wrap a lanyard on it. Not a lanyard. You could wrap paracord on it, or you can make some scales for it, but then you would cease to be able to use the full sheath on this one. You would probably need to make one. N690, which I thought was a really interesting steel choice. When I went to initially use it, it had some blemishes on it. I think it had been cut with before and probably hadn't been stropped yet. So I did strop it first. Then I started to do some cutting with it. And this is truly almost a 2-finger knife for me. I'm starting to hang off the back with that 3rd finger. But nice slicey blade. I love the Vox jimping here, and I love the crown spine. I think those are all really nice touches. I would have liked to have seen like 3V or LMAX on this particular steel versus N690. I think those steels would have held up a little bit better, but just something that is small in size, probably safer to use more throughout the world than something that's a little bit bigger. And again, I'm hanging off the back. Probably could tie a lanyard here so I could have something to grab onto in the back, but this is just going to be in a pinch, cutting something open. I don't think you would want to use this to break a bunch of boxes down, cut through any really thick material or anything like that, but just to open some chips, or to open a package that you just got in the mail, or to open something that's in a package that you picked up from the store. This is going to come in real handy. You're going to be able to cut some some rope on occasion. You're going to be able to do, small tasks with this on occasion. And I think it carries in more style, to me personally, in the sheath than what the knife that actually came out looks like on this one. But this is a cool little option from Giant Mouse. Now, the one that really blew me away here is going to be the Olive Arbor. This one here is definitely more of your full-sized camp knife. In my opinion, this one here is going to be way better suited for heavy-duty, hard-use tasks. It's got a nice sheath that works very well and is very well constructed, very thoughtful in how they laid that out. And then you do have a full-tanged LMAX steel blade with pinned G10 scales on here that are contoured. Very comfortable 4-finger grip on it, very thick and chunky, very hand filling, so it feels very secure in hand. This looks like it was machined, like a machined grind on it that they turned and stone washed, so it was very, very nice. This one put a big smile on my face when I went to cut with it. I didn't think it was going to feel as slicey as it does. It just absolutely felt effortless going through that thick material. I was really pleased by that. Even though the tip looks like it's going to be a little bit of a thicker tip, it actually did fine doing a little bit of detailed work. I wouldn't say this is primarily meant for that, but it did work just fine. It has a very sharp spine here, so you are going to be able to use your fire starter on there if you wanted to as well. So again, I just think a very nice camp knife. I think this is something that you could throw on a bug out bag. It's definitely meant to be more of a hard use, but not something that's going to be so full size that you wouldn't be able to carry this on you if you're hunting, if you're camping, if you're overlanding. Again, if you want something as an option for your bug out bag, I think this is going to work really well. Obviously, because it is a full tang LMAX steel blade with very thick, chunky scales on it, it is going to be a little bit more of a heavier option. So take that into consideration if you're looking at that for your bug out bags. Can't quite read what's written there, so I'll try to get that in the B-roll for you guys on this one. But this one here surprised me the most, and this is the one that I actually enjoyed getting to hang out with and handle for a little while the most, believe it or not. But that is the Olive Arbor that is in this week, along with the Lothar Porcupine, the GM, what did I call it? The 1FS. I don't know if I said the name of that. The GM 1FS and the Beaver from Kaiser, guys. Those are the 4 fixies that I had in this week. to check out. Again, I just wanted to do it more overview, top down, just discussing my experience with them, style versus grading these and scaling them and all of that. These are probably not ones that I think most of us would normally gravitate towards, but very fun to check out, very cool to check out. Let me know what you thought about this one down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I will do my best to link these if you're interested in any of them. If they are affiliate links, they'll help the channel. Totally up to you guys if you want to do it that way. Special shout out and thanks to my channel members out there. Appreciate the extra layer of support that you all provide. If you enjoy, a like would be appreciated. If you are enjoying any of the content or all of the content, please consider subscribing. Love to have you follow along. All right, I'm out of here. I hope all of you have a great week. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.